Nobody suddenly stops taking you seriously. That's what weak people tell themselves. Because the truth is worse. People don't randomly lose respect for you. They notice something changed. And most of the time, you don't even know it happened. They won't warn you. They won't say it. They just start treating you differently, interrupting you more, dismissing you faster, testing you casually, ignoring what used to carry weight. And the terrifying part? It usually starts long before words are spoken. It starts when people feel your emotional state is unstable, the way your face shifts under pressure, the way you rush to fix tension, the way you subtly seek approval while pretending you don't. People feel that instantly, even when they can't explain it. And once they feel it, they stop experiencing you as presence and start experiencing you as reaction. That is the hidden moment respect dies. Most people never notice it. They just wonder why everything changed. But there are patterns behind it. Subtle ones. And once you see them, you'll never move through a room the same way again. Number 1. People track how much you need to be understood. Most people think being understood makes them stronger. It usually makes them fragile. Because the moment someone fails to understand you, you start collapsing internally. Watch closely. Your tone changes. Your rhythm changes. Your nervous system starts reaching. You stop speaking from certainty and start speaking to be mentally received. You repeat yourself, rephrase yourself, add context nobody asked for, defend harmless things, chase clarity like survival depends on it. And that is the shift. Because the harder you need your mind to be accepted by theirs, the weaker you feel in the room. Strong people can survive being misunderstood. Dependent people cannot. Think about people who carry weight. They explain once, maybe twice, then they leave it there. They do not panic when meaning fails to land. They do not emotionally chase comprehension. They do not unravel because someone misread them. That is why their presence feels heavy. Not because they are louder, because they remain stable when unseen. Don Miguel Ruiz understood this perfectly. I am responsible for what I say, not for what you understand. Most people hear that as communication advice. It's deeper than that. It is psychological independence, the ability to remain steady, even when your meaning does not land. Because once your peace depends on being understood, your words stop sounding like truth. They start sounding like need. And once people feel that, they stop taking your presence seriously. Because now they know something dangerous. Your stability can be controlled by whether they understand you. Subscribe now, because the next section goes deeper. Most people think weakness begins with words. It doesn't. It begins in the first facial reaction you make before speaking. Number 2. Your reactions start arriving too fast. Most people think weakness is what you say. It's not. It's how quickly the room can reach inside you and pull out a reaction. Some of you react so fast. People can literally watch your self-control collapsing in real time. After that, people stop handling you carefully. Your face changes too fast. Your tone changes too fast. Someone says one thing, and suddenly the entire room can feel you adjusting yourself emotionally. That's dangerous, because now people stop seeing presence and start seeing instability. You know what strong people almost never do? Immediate defense. They pause. Not because they're scared, because solid people don't panic when tension appears. Reactive people do, and everybody feels it. Watch somebody walk into a room confident. then suddenly become louder, more animated, and overly expressive the second a higher status person enters. That single shift exposes everything. Their confidence changes depending on who's present. After that, nothing they say feels solid anymore. The people who carry the most weight are usually the hardest to emotionally read in real time. Not cold, contained. There's a delay between what they feel and what they reveal. That delay creates depth. Most people have no delay. They leak everything instantly. Annoyance, insecurity, defensiveness, nervousness, need. And once people realize the room can control your reactions, they stop respecting your emotional boundaries. They test you casually, push further, speak more recklessly, because reactive people invite pressure. That's why calm observation feels powerful, and instant emotional leakage feels weak. But this still isn't the real reason respect dies. The real damage comes next. When people realize your entire personality changes depending on who you're around, that's the shift that kills respect permanently. Before we get there, answer this honestly. When did you react too fast and feel the room see you differently? Most people know the moment instantly. They just hate admitting it. Comment it below, because the next section is where this stops looking like insecurity and starts looking like collapse. Number 3. You start making yourself easy to override. And this is where it gets worse. Because once people see they can pull reactions out of you, they start testing something deeper. Can they move you? Not physically. Psychologically. Can they make you hesitate? Soften what you really think? Rearrange yourself to keep the room comfortable? And most people do it instantly. They soften statements before saying them. Laugh before anyone else reacts. Cushion honesty so nobody feels tension. Accept interruptions like nothing happened. Let subtle disrespect pass to keep peace. That does not look like weakness at first. It looks polite, reasonable, easygoing. But the room feels something else. Your position has no weight, because every time friction appears, you move. And people notice that faster than words. Watch what happens when someone cuts you off mid-sentence. Some people calmly continue. Others immediately surrender the floor. Smile. Reset themselves. Wait for permission to matter again. That moment teaches everyone watching. This person can be repositioned without resistance. And once people learn that, they keep doing it. Most disrespect is not planned. It is discovered. Someone pushes lightly. You bend. So they push again. Harder. Because consequence disappeared. John Tillotson said, "To be able to bear provocation is an argument of great reason." Most people misunderstand that. He wasn't praising silence. He was exposing strength. Because when tension enters the room, and you do not instantly reorganize yourself, people feel substance. They feel limits. They feel gravity. This is why people don't reorganize themselves around someone they can reorganize. Remember that. If your tone changes easily, your boundaries get tested easily. If your honesty must be cushioned, your truth gets ignored easily. If disrespect can alter your emotional state, your position can be moved at will. The person who fears tension always ends up beneath the person who can tolerate it. And once your emotional position becomes movable, your social position follows. Strange thing is, this still isn't the moment respect dies. Number 4. You begin speaking from self-consciousness instead of conviction. Ever watch someone begin a sentence like they mean it, then end it like they need approval to have said it? That sound changes a room, because people can hear the difference between a thought being expressed and a person managing themselves while speaking. Those are never confused. You see it in subtle moments people pretend not to notice. Someone says something sharp, then one person raises an eyebrow. Now the sentence starts backing away from itself. The voice softens. The smile appears. The words begin explaining what they meant before anyone even asked. Nothing changed in the room, except the speaker. Or watch someone tell a story with certainty. Everyone is with them. Then one face stays blank. Now the storyteller starts performing for that one face, talking faster, laughing sooner, adding details nobody needed. The room was listening to the story. Now it's studying the insecurity. This is the part most people never understand. Self-consciousness has a texture. You can hear it in opinions that turn into questions halfway through, in sentences that fade at the end, in honesty padded with nervous humor, in people saying something true, then instantly trying to make it harmless, in someone scanning faces before deciding how confident to sound. And once that texture appears, the room stops focusing on your words, because it starts focusing on your uncertainty. Some people never actually speak. They send trial versions of themselves. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. If that makes sense. Translation: tell me how safe it is to be real here. Then I'll decide who I am. François de la Rochefoucauld said, "We are so accustomed to disguise ourselves to others that in the end we become disguised to ourselves." That line cuts deep, because some people are no longer speaking carefully. They are speaking through a mask so often. They think the mask is their personality. People always feel when someone is talking through disguise. They may nod, they may smile, they may even agree, but internally, they stop assigning weight. The moment you begin monitoring yourself while speaking, people begin monitoring you too, not your message. You. If this video is making certain people suddenly make more sense, send it to them. Because most people have no idea the reason they keep losing respect in different rooms is the same invisible pattern repeating itself. And if this hit harder than you expected, like the video. That's how this reaches people still confusing emotional instability for personality. Number 5. Your presence stops feeling like something solid. And this is the part nobody recovers from quickly, because until now, people were noticing behaviors. Now they start feeling something worse. There is no fixed person here. That changes everything. Most people think respect dies when someone dislikes you. No, dislike still reacts to you. Respect usually dies when people stop adjusting around you. Watch this carefully. A strong personality enters, and suddenly your laugh changes. Your opinions become softer. Your pace becomes faster. Your edge disappears. You become easier to agree with than you were 5 minutes ago. Nothing was requested, yet you already moved. The room sees that. And once people see your identity changing by audience, they stop treating any version of you as real. Now your confidence looks rented. Your values look temporary. Your boundaries look negotiable. Your personality starts feeling like customer service. Ever notice how some people can say nothing and still create pressure? Then others speak constantly and create none. That is because presence is not noise. It is solidity. When someone solid goes quiet, the room still accounts for them. When someone negotiable goes quiet, the room moves on instantly. That's why your absence changes nothing. You were present physically, but never registered psychologically. This is where people get confused. They think others became rude. Others became relaxed. Because your center no longer feels expensive to violate. Once people sense, you become smaller around dominant people. They stop taking your disagreement seriously. They stop preparing themselves before crossing you. They stop editing around you. They stop feeling you. You don't lose respect because people hate you. You lose it because they stop feeling you. The moment your identity starts adapting for survival, people stop treating it as something solid. You become socially safe, and socially safe people are rarely taken seriously. And this is where everything connects. It was never about confidence, never charisma, never dominance. Those are surface effects. People were responding to something deeper the entire time. Your relationship with yourself. Watch closely and you'll see it everywhere. Someone gets challenged and instantly abandons their own point. Someone feels tension and begins performing friendliness. Someone senses disapproval and starts editing themselves in real time. Someone gets ignored and becomes smaller before anything was said. Different moments, same pattern. They are leaving themselves while still standing there. People can feel when someone is psychologically abandoning themselves in real time. That feeling is subtle, but once it appears, respect starts eroding quietly, because the room is asking one question. If you won't stand with yourself under pressure, why should anyone else? That is why emotional containment matters. Grounded presence, tolerance for tension, self-possession, internal certainty, not as performance, as proof. Proof that discomfort does not relocate you. Most people think respect is created through words. It isn't. People decide how seriously to take you by watching how solid you remain when reality stops accommodating you. The hidden reason they stopped taking you seriously was the moment they realized your center could move. If this video exposed something uncomfortable in you, don't stop here, because the next video on your screen goes even deeper into the behaviors that quietly destroy respect and psychological presence. Watch it now, then go through the full playlist. Most people will hear this information, feel exposed for a moment, then go right back to the same behaviors tomorrow. Don't be one of them. Subscribe and keep watching.